like what we're gonna do with our futures and how I don't even know what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna get a divorce. Like there were times where it was like kind of close to home.
Well, we have to talk about Desperados because it is one of the funniest freaking movies that I've seen in a very long time. Was it as much fun to shoot as it was for me to watch?
I would say definitely.
Yeah.
It was a group of people who were so fun and talented. Obviously, we were in Mexico having a wonderful time when you could travel places, back when you could go places, and we had an amazing time. So yeah, it was awesome.
Please tell me you have a plan to find Jared's room.
She doesn't have a plan.
She never has a plan.
It really shows the level of desperation that some people will go to for what they think is love. You seem to have found maybe love again. I don't know.
Yes.
But yes. But prior to that, did you have any crazy dating experiences? Similar, maybe not quite on the same level as this?
I don't think I've had anything exactly on the same level, which is why this movie is so hysterical and fun to watch. But I definitely think that, back when I was in middle school and high school, I was obsessed with love and obsessed with finding love. And I definitely did some crazy things.
What do you actually know about this guy?
He wants kids. He owns a duvet cover. What more do I want?
I think what I loved also about this movie is that it's like this group of 3 women and they're all going through something pretty drastic. I mean, one is trying to have a baby and can't. One is going through a divorce or contemplating divorce because her husband's cheating. And then there's someone who literally cannot find love. Is there a storyline that you most resonated with?
Yeah, 100%. They kind of, like when the producers were coming to me about this movie, they kind of wanted me to sort of pick between Kaylee and Brooke. And because, I had been through a divorce, I definitely really resonated with her. And just what that sort of feeling was like. And, I'm definitely not trying to have a baby, so I couldn't really relate to Kaylee quite as much. But I think that's why I wanted to play Brooke. Is because I kind of went through something, I mean, not at all like exactly what happened to her, but just the way of like going through a divorce, and that was sort of resonating with me. So she really, meant more to me, and I'm hopeful that I did a good job playing her because I loved playing Brooke. I thought she was awesome.
Was it therapeutic in a way?
Of course, every role that I take on and it, you live through it yourself in a way as you're shooting the project or whatever. So there were times where I was sitting on the bus and Sarah Burns and I are laughing and talking about like what we're going to do with our futures and how I don't even know what I'm going to do if I'm going to get a divorce. Like there were times where it was like kind of close to home, and I feel like that's the best when you could take on a role and allow that kind of to come out into the character, something so personal, so definitely there were times where I really related to playing the character. Not so much other times.
You're in a Mexican jail. What do you want me to do? Dwell on that or rise above it?
Dwell on it.
What was it like to make out with Heather Graham?
It was, oh my gosh, so crazy. Like actually when I read that script, I was like, who are they gonna get to play Angel, this like crazy shaman? And then they finally cast Heather Graham. I was like, oh my God, I've been a fan of hers for so long. Obviously she was so funny and talented and beautiful. So I'm not gonna lie, we had a good time on set that day. We were all like, this is crazy. Like how funny is this? But it was great. I couldn't ask for a better scene partner in all ways. So yeah. She was awesome.
I know I should have called.
How long has it been?
Way too long.
I also want to talk to you about Here a While because it's complete opposite basically than Desperados. You are known for playing much more, I want to say, funny, comedic, perky roles, and then to see you in this was really like a nice contrast, I thought. For you, what was it like to dig into something like that? And have you ever felt maybe like typecast in a way that you don't get these opportunities as much?
Yeah, that's a great question. I obviously, love playing the roles that I've gotten to play, like in the Pitch Perfect movies and, all that stuff, and that blonde, bubbly, uptight person. But I don't really get scripts sent to me like this because I think I've played those roles so many times. So when I got sent this, I was like, wow, they want me to play this? Like this is crazy. I never get stuff like this. So I was 110,000% ready to rock and roll and shoot. And I would have deeper, more challenging roles like this. So I'm hopeful that this movie, obviously it's an important topic, but I also hope that it opens some doors for me so people don't see me as this, type A blonde that I've been playing forever, and more roles will hopefully come in that are similar to this. I just creatively am a little tapped out with like playing those certain things. So I think I'd rather say no and even create a role that would be right for me and more challenging and just, to grow as an actor. And there's only so much you can grow when you play the same role over and over. So we'll see, fingers crossed.
I feel that. Well, then I might know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyways. I talked to Haley Steinfeld a couple weeks ago, and I asked her about the Pitch Perfect 4. The fans are always wondering, could you see yourself in a Pitch Perfect 4? Do you think there's a possibility?
I would never say no, obviously, because it's a group of women that we have known each other for over 7 years, almost a decade now going on, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
So wild. I think I would do it. I would definitely do it. I would play Aubrey, forever, because she's gotten me, very far in my career for a reason, and the fans love those movies. So I think that if they wanted it, I would be more than happy to do it again. It's just up to Universal, I think, at this point.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to pretend that you didn't just say that so we can still be friends.
Life-wise, what are you looking forward to most about kind of getting back to everything reopening, hopefully finding a vaccine? Is there anything that you can't wait to do?
I can't wait to be with my family. They're down in South Carolina, my sister and my mom and my dad, and I just miss them so much.
A lot of people that I've talked to have said that this time has really put things in perspective and made them realize what's important and what's not important. What do you feel like you've learned during this time, or has anything been put into perspective for you?
I think that for a while I was a bit of a workaholic, and I was, going from job to job, which I can't complain about, but it really became like my life's obsession and kind of goal, and where I put my value as to who I was as a person, like if I was working or not. And because that's all stopped and slowed down, it's really made me think about who I am outside of that, and that I have a lot to offer just besides being on a set. And also it's given me a chance to slow down, and that life is very precious and not to take things for granted. So it's hard. I definitely am a little antsy. Obviously, if I'm, being honest, I'm always like, go. So it's been difficult, but it's also made me just reevaluate things that are really important.
Has it made your relationship stronger, do you feel like, because you've had to spend so much time inside with one another instead of, being distracted with all the hoopla outside?
Yeah, it definitely has. You kind of see who your true friends are, the people that really do pick up the phone and do check in on you.
You did say earlier when we were talking that you did find love again. So how are you guys handling date nights in quarantine?
Oh my gosh, well, he's an amazing cook. I will say that. So he's definitely, we've kind of done some things where we cook for the movie we're watching. So if we're watching like an Italian movie, we'll have like Italian food night and stuff like that. So we kind of do like themed movie dinner things. But yeah, no, I am very lucky to have found someone and thankful that we're doing well amidst all of this insanity that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah. Even if it's not him, just going back to the whole, like, this puts things in perspective, do you ever see yourself getting married again?
I don't know. I won't say no or yes, I'm not like someone who's like, no way, I'm never. It's who knows? I have no idea. Life is short, you don't know what could happen. So I'm not saying yes or no. I don't know.
You're just enjoying the ride.
Yes.